Welcome to Brown's Rod and Custom, your home for street rods, muscle cars, and Volkswagen content. This is my dad, Big Ron. He's our body man and fabricator. This is my beautiful wife, Megan, our editor-in-chief and supporter. And this is me, Adam, the designer and mechanic for our projects. If you find our videos helpful, like and subscribe for more content. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Happy Saturday night. Yeah, what a day. I feel like I say this every day. Drove the car for the first time. Yeah, it's got its issues. Nothing terrible. Let's start off at the beginning. Let's just start a day. Let me take you through what happened today, kind of in order, and we'll go from there. Okay. First and foremost, here she sits in all her glory. The driver and passenger windows are in, which is great. That needed to happen. Ran into a problem here. This window not in. He'll be back. The glass guy will be back in 7:30 in the morning. So the problem we ran into was one, that this had too much flex in it. Here, so we had to put another bracket in here, which isn't a big deal, and that really supported this. But the bigger issue was if you guys can see this, here, it was the gasket was this short, the one I ordered. So we had to cut off a piece of another one we had and try to fill that in, which is not what I wanted to do. So tomorrow he's got a universal gasket that looks just like this, and with this being a little stronger, maybe we can use that, and if we can, then great. If not, well, then it's just gonna have a thing there. But you know, it is what it is. So there's that. So that got done. I buttoned up the dash, but you know, that's neither here nor there, because you know, nothing works. So we lug nuts, we went ahead and shortened them a little bit, ground them down a little bit, and driver side is good. When I was driving this, I have one lug nut, I believe, possibly two, on the passenger front that is rubbing. So I need to deal with that tomorrow. I also need to make another adjustment to my wheels. With the steering wheel straight, one wheel's aiming that way. So when you're driving this, it keeps wanting to run over itself, which is interesting. So, but again, first time this has been on the road, huge win, in as far as I know, since 1994, maybe before that. So not terrible. The car originally, when I first, it starts up, it started right up. We put the gas tank in, it cranked it, you know, for 30 seconds or so, got the fuel back there, and you got to figure there's no fuel in the new fuel line or anything. No one's ever started it with that since, you know, 94. So it fired right up. Cool. Thought, fuck, idled great. No problems there. Sounded good. The only issue was the paint I painted the exhaust with was smoking a little bit. It just burning in. Once that was done doing that, it was good. Let it idle for probably 20-25 minutes. Just sat out here and idled, and I thought, you know, fuck it, I'm gonna take it for a ride. So I jumped in it and I made it. Okay, give you an idea. Came out of the driveway and I made it to about there. So what happened was, when I put it in gear, first gear, let out the clutch, give it gas, right? Standard driving a stick. Severe stumble, okay? An almost unrecoverable stall out the car stumble, okay? So brought it back, checked the timing, advanced the timing just a tick, which made it run quite a bit better. Played with the idle, and was idling around 980, which I know 900 is the sweet spot, but at the moment that's where we were. We were probably 30 degrees advanced, maybe something to that effect, just a hair past the crack in the case, or the, you know, where the case comes together on the engine, for rough. And yeah, messed with it a little bit. Got to the end of the street. Still, it was better, but it still was terrible. Made it back, limped it back. Got it back here, started watching some videos and whatnot. I took the accelerator pump linkage and gave myself more accelerator pump. We were in the middle of that little bracket. Now we're towards the top, about 3/4. That helped. Got it to where I could drive it. Still had the stumble, but I could drive it. I came out of the driveway and went that way, and up, down that street, and then back down, okay? Was better, but still had the stumble. You know, you hit it. If you're not at a higher RPM, it's gonna want to die out on you. So that was interesting. So we did that, and I backed it into the garage. Fire's right up. But I definitely have an issue with, you know, a stumble, and I need to figure that out. So tomorrow, I watched some things, and if you guys have any tips or tricks, I'd love to hear it. What I have is a 1600 dual port stock. It's got the MP generator on it. No issues with that. We've got a 009 Chinese distributor, which all of you will tell me immediately is my problem. And then we have the J-Bugs 34 picked carburetor, brand new. I got a stock intake manifold. I don't know what brand plugs I have. I watched a video where the guy said he had NGKs in his car. It ran like crap. He took them out, put the original Bosch style in, and it runs great. So that could be it. I don't know. But for now, that's where we're at. I did adjust the idle and the air fuel mixture screw, but it just seems like it's a mess that is you're almost unable to tune it out at this point, right? With timing and with accelerator pump and with all of that. So there's that happening. Also, we've got electrical problems for days. I don't know what the hell is going on with it. I put the new headlight dimmer switch in it, and yeah, just took it out, put it in exactly the way the other one was in, and I got nothing. So I need to tear this all back apart, and I don't know. I might, honest to God, I might need a wiring harness, or make my own damn wiring harness. Can't be that hard. Already made half of it. Everything that I've done, I believe to be correct. What I don't know is if some body at some point somewhere in here somewhere has done something. I know that the rear was right. I had tail lights, I had turn signals, I had reverse lights, I had the deck lid light. They were perfect. I came to the front, okay, hooked up the headlight and the marker lamp here and turn signal. Worked perfect, no issues. Cool. Came over here, and a lot of you are going to go, well, you've already discovered where the problem is. Came over here, and weird things started happening. I've put new grounds in. Every ground is new connectors, I mean, the grounds are right, as far as I know. But what I don't have, I do not have turn signals. I do not have wipers now, which is interesting. I do not have marker lamps. I probably blew a fuse. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I do have headlights. When it's keyed ignition, I do have headlights. When the ignition is off, I do not have headlights. I have not attempted to hook up brake lights yet because, you know, kind of what's the point at this point? I need to fix all the other shit. What I do have radio. I do have dash lights. The gauge cluster light comes on. The hazard button lights up. Cool. None of those are very helpful, really, when you're talking not having wipers, turn signals, headlights, taillights, brake lights. So we've got that issue. Something's up. And honestly, I am almost out of time. It's Saturday night, and I don't know. So what I am going to do is this. I'm going to stop bitching. And tomorrow, I'm going to come out here, jack up the front of this car, and I'm going to adjust my wheels so that they're, you know, not aiming at each other. And then get my toe in right. And then, or as right as I can without an alignment. And then I'm going to figure out these lug nuts. I do think I don't have great brakes. I have brakes, but I don't have great brakes, right? I don't even have good brakes. I just have brakes. They'll stop you, but you know, you're going to need a country mile at any speed. So the e-brake is not holding like it was. So I think I need to adjust my rear brakes. I don't think I need to bleed the brakes. I've got a good pedal. I just need it to bite a little more. So I think I need to adjust the actual shoes and go over that one more time and get the wheels not aiming the wrong direction and get the lug nut deal so we get rid of that raw noise that I've got going on because they're rubbing on the front right here. Once I get that done, then I want to drive it again. I know I'll still have the stumble. I know I'll still have some problems, but if I can eliminate it wanting to drive over top of itself and the weird noise, that's a huge win, right? That's a step in the right direction. Now we just got to make it run right. What I can tell you is the transmission works great. No issues there. It rode good. Didn't have any really weird noises other than the front wheel lug nut hitting. So there's that. It sounds good. It's got power. It's just a stumble off the line, basically, right? So that's kind of where I'm at with that. So tomorrow morning, glass guy will be here 7 a.m. to put the glass in. I'm going to start up front, jack this up once he's done, or maybe not even when he's done. I might just do it anyway, and get the lug nut deal and the wheels figured out. Then I'm going to drive it again. Then I'm going to bring it back. I'm going to set the timing to dead center on the crack on the case. I say crack on the case, where the case comes together. I'm going to set it there at 900 RPMs, idle. I'm going to adjust my air fuel to where it feels and sounds right. Then I'm going to drive it again. If it still runs like shit, then I'm going to pull one of my spark plugs and see if I have NGKs or Bosches. If I have NGKs, I'm going to pull the plugs, go buy Bosches, put them in. Okay? Right out of the gate. At least just eliminate that from the list of things that could be weird. See what happens. If it fixes it, great. If it doesn't fix it, not great. If that doesn't work and tuning this, you know, and I can't tune that stumble out, then I think I'm going to go ahead and order the original factory vacuum advance or whatever, or a distributor with vacuum advance at least, not the Chinese 009 that I have. Pull it out, swap it out once I can get it. Honestly, I could probably pick one up Monday from Fisher Buggies if we're being really honest. But it might cost me my firstborn. But I could probably figure that out. So there's that. So that's the state of the union. I'm not worrying about the electrical shit right now. I'm gonna worry about making it drive down the road good and not have weird noises and go into gear and do all the things, right? If I have to have Ron sit in the back seat with a stop sign for brake lights, well, then we might just do that. I can stick my hand out the window for turn signals, and I do have headlights when I have the ignition on. So, you know, we can figure this out. But it's nowhere near sell the car time. We got a lot of weird shit to figure out in the wiring. But once we figure the wiring piece of this out, the rest of this mechanical stuff, I don't think it's a huge deal. I just think it's a bigger deal right now because we're in a hurry and we're trying to make a show and, you know, all the things. So, but I will tell you this, the car does look amazing. It shows well. We had it out here earlier. Neighbors were coming over. God, this is gorgeous. We were stopping traffic, you know. It's definitely a showstopper as far as neighbors and people are concerned that don't know much about things. They just think it's cool. It is cool. And if I didn't tell you it had any issues, then you'd think it was amazing, which you still might. And it is. So we're working through the problems. I want you guys to understand the challenges that we go through. I don't want to hide anything from you guys, right? You know, these are real world problems. I'm going to go over them with you, how we fixed them, what was the root cause, that kind of thing, so that if you guys have this issue, any of these issues, you can diagnose it, right? I'd say 95% of this car is damn near perfect. It's just this 5% little shit and some wiring stuff that's probably something stupid. It could be I blew the flasher switch or the emergency flasher relay. It could be. And I just don't know, and it's causing me grief. Those things can happen. I don't think I can get them fast enough, but, you know, they can happen. So that's where we're at. That's why I'm explaining all this to you guys, and the good, the bad, and the ugly here, because you need to know, right? I mean, it's a car, it's a build from the ground up. These are the things you go through. I think you need to know. So something else I wanted to show you. We put in, if some of you guys saw, so while the glass guys were doing the glass in here, and I will tell you, they were great. I think it's SLJ glass here in Spring Hill. I'll get their card and get all that right, but they were great. Tyler, I think, is the owner. He's the guy that was here with another guy, and you know, these are not easy to do because there's a lot of flex in the fiberglass, and to basically do a rope seal on this and zipper it in is not the easiest thing in the world. So this was a challenge for these guys, but they got it, so that's great. This one should be a lot easier for them tomorrow with this bracket in. Basically, they would start, they would get to about here, and then this would come in. You see how the flex? This was doing the same thing. So once they got to here, it would just pop out, and they're back to square one, right? So after about 12 times of doing that, you know, it was, we need to fix some things. Holy shit. What the hell is that? Some huge ass beetle thing just flew in here. Fucking under attack. Anyway, so they did this, which was awesome. Really happy with them, and I'll do a whole deal on them. And God, Jesus, welcome to Florida. Fucking home with crazy shit. All right, so then while they were doing that, we came out here and put new headlight housings and aux beam LED headlights in big red. Show you what our headlights look like now. They're pretty good. I mean, I can actually see what's in front of me. These are, and now mind you, we got a mailbox in the way, but these are the aux beam which is spelled AUXBEAM Q40s. And I did buy the decoder thing that plugs in that keeps them from flickering and all of that. So we now have pretty good headlights, which is amazing. Let's see what the high beams look like. It's my real first time. So if you're driving, this is what you see, right? That's high beam. That's low beam. Let's see what it looks like. I mean, it's pretty good. Like damn daylight out here. Before you couldn't see hardly anything. It was terrible. And that was with the Xeon or Xeon bulbs. The real bright ones. So this is where we're at with this, which is way, way better. So anyway, guys, that's what we did today. I'm still pushing for Louisville. I still got 3 days, and I'm gonna try. So right now I could definitely, I need to get the stumble out to safely be able to drive it in and park it. But if I can get that figured out, and the wheel and the toe and everything, I could probably take it. But at the same time, we want to be safe and not, you know, not have turn signals and brake lights and all the things. So if I can get all that figured out, then we'll take it. If not, then we'll still be there. And we may take this guy, throw the 5 spokes on it, go have some tires thrown on them, and take the 44. One of these will probably end up going. So that's where we're at. Anyway, guys, I'm gonna be quiet. I am tired. Actually, I gotta go to the grocery store. But thanks for watching Brown's Riding Custom. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. We're going to continue to keep pushing, trying to get here. All right, guys, have a great night. Thanks for watching Brown's Riding Custom.